Alright, so I just figured I did this real quick. I'll show you guys kind of how I set up my base mode. So you got your tracked, which just plays video right now. But my base mode, when it starts up, it has this. This is kind of what the main screen looks like, where you got this bar at the bottom. Videos would play in this background where this image is over that image. To set that up initially, so I have a base mode. Get your scene things here, so it's like that's the sprite, which is the background. The sprite is the picture that everything is attached to the text. This variable is those two. This variable is the ball, and label is that. So this would be what would pop up on your main screen when you start the game. I've got this coded in my script right here on base mode, slide player, mode base started, base, which is the name of the slide over here. If you come over here and look at my slide, action is the play, and then attract, remove. So when that mode base started, event post, which is what happens when you start the game and it goes from attract mode into the game, it will remove the attract slides and add the base slide. Now that works well for one player. We'll go back to the scene real quick before we move on to multiplayer, but you basically, I got this set up over here to the right side, your properties. If you look at the ordering, the background sprite I have on order 0, so it's like the lowest Z level. The bottom part, so the main text, I have on 0, but it's relative to the top one, so the sprite is set on 0, which that needs to be like a 3. And then everything under here should be a 4. And what that does is make sure that all this stuff shows up on top of the videos that play and above the background. And when I do my video for the background, like that pops over this background, that ordering will be like a 2, so that it shows over the background. Alright, so we got all these. Alright, so all those are set up. So when it plays, we'll just show you real quick. My thing's doing something weird where it'll start the game and then like freezes for a second. I gotta figure out why it's doing that. So this is the track mode it's playing. Push the start button, it goes into the player 1 base mode. So this is what it would show. What I'm going to show you now is when you hit the multiplayer. So if you hit the start button again, adds a player, and it adds this interface up top, which now shows player 1 and player 2 score. I still have got to add a text box that shows press start and press start for player 3 and player 4. I want to do an animation. I haven't done that yet, so that'll come shortly. Press again, get a little widget pops up, player 3 added, adds this section. Hit it again, player 4 added, and it comes up in this section. So just to show you how this is set up, I have a base multi. The script on that is multiplayer game. So instead of mode base started, you have a multiplayer game. You base multi, which is the name of this slide for the multiplayer. Action play, base, action remove. I'm actually going to try something because I added these things, but I don't even think that I need these things. I'm still a little bit rusty because it's been a while since I did this. So we'll knock those out and we'll see if this works. But basically, you have multiplayer base that once you go to a 2-player or 3-player or 4-player game, it changes the slide from the base slide, which is this one, to the base multi slide, which includes that interface at the top. So let's try this. So you get this. You got the player 2, 1 and 2, player 3, player 4. Yeah, so as far as the code goes, all you need is multiplayer game and then have that pop up to do something like I'm doing. And then the player 3, player 4 won't fill in until there's actual data to fill in, which would mean you hit the start button for a third or fourth time. This is set up very much in the same way that I have the ordering set up. So let's say for this one, it's player 1, set up for 0, but it's relative. So if you go to the top level order is 3. So everything on that top level of that will show up on the third level, which will be above the videos that play in the background. I guess I could show you the widget. So I have a widget, which is player 2 added. I don't know why this one is off a little bit. I'm still trying to figure that out. It's probably better off not even to show you this, but it does have an animation player. So it'll actually play the, we can actually come here, reset, play it, maybe, nope. Oh, it's on this one. So that's the, you can see that that's the showing the player added widget. So it's got a little animation. There's somebody else did a video on animations, and theirs is probably much better than mine. So we'll let them, you can go to there for the animations. Basically, it's just a widget. I'll show you the code here in a second. You hit this, boom, player 3 added, so there's a little widget that pops up. Player 4, that's a little widget that pops up. Go to scripting for that widget. I have a widget player right here. When a player is added, it adds that slide name, which it just says player 2 added, but really it could just be player added slide. And that slide just has the sprite, the label, and the variable, and it changes depending on which player is added. I think that's probably it for this one. I just figured I'd make a quick little video. I'm going to try to start doing this. Like each time I get something working, I'll go back through and explain it. Like I said, I don't even need these things. This was while I was figuring it out. So it's just the 2 coded slide players. So once your mode base started, that's the single player. And then once it goes to a multiplayer game, which is 2 or more, it removes that base slide and puts base multi. And then your widget player, once it sees that player added event, it plays that widget. And then I have an expire property here so that it'll shows up, but then it expires in 1.5 seconds. But anyways, if you have any questions, leave a comment, like, subscribe. The more subscribers I get, it's more and more reason to make more and more of these videos. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think.